So I recently ordered 4 new Timex watches, and despite there being some pretty pricey stuff in there, ironically, it was the most affordable one that had me the most excited. That one being this one that we have here today, and that's because it's another version of my favourite watch of the year so far, that being this gorgeous Timex E-line. So I thought I'd whip it open, give you my first impressions, and I really want to see how this one stacks up in the flesh, because I was really impressed with how good this other one looked in person compared to the online images, but the images, or should I say renderings of this one, are far, far worse. But I have a sneaking suspicion this one could look awesome. So yeah, well, I guess we'll see, eh? You'll find an affiliate link to this watch in the video description if you do want to check it out for yourself. And you'll also find a link to the Manchester Watch Show, which is coming up on the 8th of November. It's at the beautiful Bridgewater Hall in Manchester, and they've got tons of different micro-brand exhibitors there. So if you want to get hands-on with a variety of timepieces for just £12, you can head to the link in the description, and I'll be there as well as a bunch of other UK-based wristwatch YouTubers, so it should be a fun time. I look forward to seeing you if you're coming. And here it is, the gold Timex E-line 1983 automatic, and it really does look like a retro piece of kit, doesn't it? And straight out of the box, it really reminds me of a watch I have sitting in a drawer here, that being this old thing, the Casio AQ230, I think this one is. Yeah, AQ230. Obviously, the one on the left is not a Anna Digi watch by any stretch, but both square and gold watches. And they both have fairly minimalist appearances, and that's what I like so much about the E-line watches. I just find that I can wear this with almost anything. Now, will this gold one be as versatile as this? I'm not entirely convinced, but I've been painfully searching for a gold watch that I just want to pick up and wear, and this is my kind of last throw of the dice with this one. I've previously tried a couple of these other Casios too, these A700 watches, which are nice, and I do enjoy wearing them, but I just don't ever find myself actually reaching for them all that much, which is a shame. So I just wanted another watch that I can lob on nice and lazily and really enjoy. Now, if you're new to this watch, I'll run you through the general spec. So it's got a gold coloured stainless steel case there, and the size of this, by the way, is slightly misleading. It's only, I think, about 34 wide, yeah, 34.4 wide, but you'll know if you've ever worn a square watch like this, they do tend to wear slightly bigger anyway. I'd say this is more comparable to like a 37 or 38mm circular watch. And it's a similar thing with the lug-to-lug here too, only 41mm, but it doesn't wear like that at all. It's also not the absolute thinnest in the world, mainly because it's got that pretty steep crystal, as you can see. That is only an acrylic crystal on this one, 12.4 with the crystal. Without it, it is quite a skinny watch, 9.5-ish, which is not bad at all for an automatic. Under the hood on this one, we have a Miyota 8215, so far from the best movement out there. And that's one thing I will say about this watch. One of the biggest flaws is just you can feel that rotor wearing away more than a lot of other higher cost automatics. But what you do get is a pretty sleek design here. This one also has like a slight sunburst, more of a gold on gold look. Surprisingly, legibility on this still seems pretty good, as you can see. I think they did go for a slightly lighter tone on that dial, and it helps quite a bit. This one also has a screwed case back there. 50 meters of water resistance is what they're advertising. So probably not the best if you wanted to go swimming and alike. If you know about water resistance, you'll know that 50 meters isn't quite as good as it sounds. And we've also got this kind of controversial bracelet. And I say kind of controversial because people who haven't tried it immediately rip it. But from the reviews that you guys have left me after my previous videos on the last one, it seems that very few people actually have too many pinching problems with this one. Now, it is an elasticated band for the most part, so this is one that kind of adjusts to your wrist, but it has got a couple of quirks. So it doesn't open up as much as some previous elasticated bands, and a whole section here doesn't open up at all, as you can see. So these are quite unlikely to pluck any hairs, and they're also removable, so you can actually adjust the bracelets on this watch by hand very easily. So I'll show you here. I require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, so I've got a lot to remove here. All you need to do with these is push down, and you can separate them like this, take away or add as many as you need. I think I need one more. There we go. And then you push it back down, and slide them back together. And there you go, that's your bracelet adjustment, as easy as that. But even with tons removed from my 6¼ inch tiny wrist, there's still a good section here that's not got any expanding portions. And this thing is just really easy to just slap on your wrist real quick, and it immediately gives you some of those vintage vibes. Now, I probably wouldn't go wearing it with a jumper of this colour, admittedly. Definitely suits darker clothing and that, but yeah, I still think this watch looks pretty good, especially for the price. This watch is a hair over 200 quid, and for that amount of money, I think this looks baller. I still think that the original one, or at least the blue version, has the slight edge. Something about this combination just looks really pleasing to me, but I will definitely be giving this one a good test over the next few weeks to see if this is a watch that I wear close to as regularly. I think some of it maybe depends on what I decide to wear on the day. And another boon is that while other watches may offer better specs for the money than this one for sure, you just can't find that many watches that look particularly like this one. I think this nice TV dial just looks really slick and just goes with everything, man. I found myself just able to wear this in almost any situation. Now, the one exception to that is doing any sort of intensive exercise. So if you really waggle your wrist around, you will see it just start to get loose there. So maybe not the best for racket sports and the like, or maybe jogging, definitely not the best for that. Or maybe you'll want to lob it on a different strap. It's 20mm on this one, so it should be quite versatile. That'll look good on a tan or brown leather, I suspect, this one. I do wonder if we'll start to see more of a comeback with these square watches, because I think they're just pretty sleek and neat. You will see on my wrist, it doesn't really look like a 34mm, does it? I mean, my wrists are pretty small, but this thing well and truly fills it out. And as for quality, now while it's not like a solid link bracelet or anything like that, and it is quite weird, admittedly, it's still a world better than the cheap Casios, no doubt. I mean, obviously the case is significantly better. Actually has pretty good finishing on here. We've got some nice hairline polishing on the top and the bottom edges, and a really nice scooping area around the crystal there. Not quite a bezel, so not only does that feel better, but even the bracelet does feel substantially better. They might both be steel here, but yeah, this one still looks and feels quite a bit better than the Casio, and I think just the different tone of gold maybe helps with that a bit too. This one's like a more natural lighter gold, whereas a lot of these Casio models have this almost yellowiness to them, which I think you're either going to love or hate. And there's no point in us doing the lume test because, well, it hasn't got any lume. And no Indiglow here because this isn't a battery-powered movement on this one. But maybe I would like to see like a quartz version of this watch. If they made it even skinnier and added some Indiglow, that could be pretty popular as well, I suspect. But yeah, that's a quick look at this gold version of the Timex E-Line Automatic. I couldn't help myself. It's linked below if you want to check it out for yourself too. Far from the best on the spec front, but it's hard to find a watch that looks better than these ones do, especially for this amount of money.